'Cause I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Play it, Steve. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. What's up, guys? We got Daniel, Chuck Hammer. Let's see. Fitty Fitty, Jake the Snake, PowerStroke is better. J Ram, Trido, Big Willie Style, Sparky, that's right. Are we ahead of schedule? No, it is just I. Yeah. I just figured I'd hop on here a little early. Got done doing whatever I needed to do. Everything was already set up, so I was like, well, hell with it. Oh, anybody got any interesting plans going on? What's up, Cutshaw, Mason Gross? This weekend, I think I'm getting a dog. I haven't had a dog in a little while. It's the longest time there hasn't been a dog at my house. So I found a dog on Facebook. This woman was giving me, I found it on a Facebook page, and she basically was like, I guess, having to get rid of it or needs to get rid of the dog. So I started talking with her, this whole thing. But I think ultimately Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to go down there and get this dog. I don't know what kind of dog it is. It looks like maybe some kind of shepherd mixed with something. I don't know. I don't know much about him. His name is Jake, though, so got that going. I already got to learn a weird name. Just call him Jake. Let's see. So tomorrow I'm going to get a dog pen and try to figure that out. But I need a dog because it's about to be boat season. My wife doesn't like going on the boat, really. I have schoolboy. He likes to go on the boat, but typically it works out where I go fishing by myself, and, well, I just rather have somebody go out with me on the boat. So the dog really is basically for me to have a boating buddy, honestly. At this point, that's all I really kind of want him for, is to go out and ride around. Oh, but we'll see. If not, then I don't know. What's up, Sparky? Premier Trucking, Joe Sciola. Bald Head Island, North Carolina. First Bali. Got the allotment for mechanic work there. First Bailey. Got the allotment. Cool deal. Got a little mini vacation coming up. Going to go spend the weekend at the beach, which is always a good time. Plan on, well, it is spring break, so not really too stoked about that. Spring break, though, has changed around here. Like right now, they've actually banned alcohol on the sand. Like, you can't have alcohol. It's banned. Like, for the entire month of March, there is no alcohol on the beach. So, should be, I guess, a decent time. But yeah, I seen some pictures the other day from spring break in like Panama City Beach from like the 2000s, and then from this year, and it's like a third of the people. I don't know how I feel about all that. I understand why they do it, because kids were getting in trouble. People were falling off. The amount of drunk people falling off of balconies and drowning in the Gulf of America is it got to be pretty out of hand. So people get drunk in their cars instead. Yeah, pretty much. People drive down to the beach and get hammered. I can tell you that's where you don't go down to Pensacola Beach and wait to find out if the law is going to pull you over. You do not want to play them games with these people. The police down there will take your ass to jail real quick and ask questions later. Because a lot of these people, that come down here from out of state, they get busted. The old saying, come down for vacation, leave on probation. Very true. It's very much a cash grab for these, I guess, for the city or county or whatever it is. Come down here, you're from Nebraska, you pop you a Dewey heading from the beach to the mainland or whatever, or just staying on the beach and you driving from condo to the bar or whatever, they're going to lock you up probably for a day in jail. You're going to bond out probably for $1,000 bond. So $100 cash to get out. You're going to tell them that you live out of state. You're going to pay some lawyer fees, and then probably just going to pay a bunch of, probably going to have to do like a over the, unsupervised probation. All it is money, I'm not convinced that it's there for anything other than that. The banning of the alcohol for a month, though, is wild. Like, I can't believe that they were actually able to get away with that. Like, even me, local, slightly older than 21, Florida resident, and you go down there to the beach with a 6-pack, you could find yourself, I mean, obviously, it's at probably the officer's discretion. Probably not going to say anything. If he does, he's probably going to tell you to put it up. But other than that, probably get away with it. Let's see here. Think about buying a boat. Any recommendations? Cape Horn. You need a Cape Horn boat. If you got the finances, get you a Cape Horn boat. That's the next thing that I want. Is now I can't afford a new Cape Horn boat because, well, I got to move. I'd have to move some money around to afford a new boat. But like Cape Horn used to make a 14-foot and a 16-foot and a 17-foot bay boats. If you don't know anything about Cape Horn boats, you need to look them up. They build them right here in Milton. And anyway, that's what I'd like. I'd like to get me an old Cape Horn boat. Yeah, I ain't going to jail. Yeah. You can ask them if they have any old Crown Vics for sake while you're there. Yeah. See if we could get a Crown Vic. What's up, EcoBoost? I like Hanko's. Sparky. Yeah, Sparky. He's an angler down there or am I black or Chinese? Is that a setup to a joke? Are you black or Chinese? I don't know if I had to pick black or Chinese. I do like Chinese food. But I also love 70s soul music. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm black or Chinese. That's a good question. I never thought of it like that. To think about that the rest of the day, though. Appreciate that. Car Eater, QH73. Shout out. Play the song. Let me see if I can find it. Members only. Oh my God. What the hell? What do you guys think of that thumbnail? I don't know if it'll play the audio through here. We'll try. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
Red dirt boots, grease on the floor. Open sign flickers, but they kick in the door. Hey!
I think it would make a good intro to the show. Let's figure out what we can do.
Socket and a busted knuckle grin says, bring me your junk, I'll make it run again. Coco on the camera shouting, y'all ain't ready. Mike in her hand, shot frame steady. Flying ridges, roll that tape. Good old boys from the Yellowhammer State. 4 keys jangling, mud on the gate. If it's broke, don't worry, son, you ain't too late. Flying ridges, crank that sound. Oil stained shirts, boots on the ground. Raise that hood, we don't back down. Alabama steel in a small town shop downtown. Woo! Mason got a clipboard barking out the jobs, but
It's so weird to hear yourself like referenced in a song. That's cool though. Like, what was the prompt you gave that? That's what I want to know. Tom, is Thomas in it? Yeah, Thomas is in it. What was the prompt that you gave that thing to make that? Because that's so funny. Oh, I don't know. I need to get more pictures of Jake. There's something so much funnier about making images of Jake funny. Choco chips. Which country, man? Which country are we in? We're in America, or at least I am. I know we got Vince. Well, if Vince is in here, I don't know where he's a Canadian guy. AI is out of control, dude. There is that clip from where they do the scene from Star Wars, talking about we need AI to cure cancer, and then like pans over real quick, and it shows her with like a giant rack. That's the epitome of what it is to be. I think use AI properly. There's one phone. There's a purple one right there. You keep leaving for a week. You said I ain't gonna forget. There's one of them there. Oh, let's see here. Got to start playing with AI. I tried to make a little something with it yesterday. I was trying to get it to make an image of Mason, where the dirt bike turned over on top of him. And I wanted it to do in the style of Rat Willie the Rat, like the hot rod guy, kind of like like real slimy, like 80s style. And it couldn't figure what I was trying to tell it to do. It was adding a dude getting run over by a dirt bike, and then it took the tire off and made his leg I don't know. I think about, I don't know. And now if you get on like Fiverr and stuff, like it's kind of killed all the like the online artists that do generate a lot of stuff. It's a problem that we have trying to get stuff made is that, you get on Fiverr looking for an artist and they all use, a lot of the stuff you can find is just AI generated, and you're paying money for somebody to use, I guess, a more premier AI tool. And I don't know, it just seems kind of silly. And it's also kind of hard to communicate with, but it's hard to find local graphic designers to do t-shirts and stuff that you can afford, like design wise. Like I don't mind, we don't mind paying some money, obviously, for somebody's time to make a design, but I don't know. We're I used to fool around with the thumbnails with AI, but I don't know, like they just never come out good. And I'm not saying the ones that I make are any good. It's just I feel like at least if they're bad, at least they have a human touch of being bad, if that makes any sense. Oh. I'm afraid I'll get in trouble with the old lady. Yeah, you definitely probably could. That song is worth the RAM shortage. It's in the Facebook group. If you guys haven't joined on Facebook, there is a members only page. You ain't got to be a member. If you watch the show, join the page over there. It's a private group. We post all kind of stuff over there. I know that a lot of people post in there. Mason's been on there. I've been posting on there. So make sure y'all get on there and check that out as well. All right, we got thing 1 and thing 2 walking in. Thing 3. I'm actually Dr. Seuss. I wear the hat. Wait, no, that's cat. Dr. Seuss isn't the cat. Oh. Took 5 minutes and it was free, yeah. Want me to talk to my sister about designs? Yes, Logan, please. If your sister's a graphic designer, yeah, give her my information and see what we can do. I'll let him get the cans on. You want me to roll the intro? We're not live yet.
I guess you can
Want to go live now?
Do you really have to play that whole thing again?
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate it.
How long does it take to make that thumbnail?
That took me a little bit of time. And we was just talking about AI. And so I took that image of Jake that I can't remember who put it on the Facebook group. But then I took it and I was like, well, let me put it into ChatGPT and tell it I want it to have a Milwaukee Impact as a gun and make me an inspirational quote about being a flat rate mechanic.
Is that how you make all these thumbnails?
No,
ChatGPT?
with that I did. If you look at my thumbnails, I was just talking about that. No, I quit using ChatGPT to make the thumbnail, but now with something like that, yeah, I'm going to use ChatGPT to add a Milwaukee firearm to Jake. I want to get Jake. I want to see if I can get Jake drawn as a superhero, a Milwaukee superhero.
Yeah.
And then
Like
have
wearing
you
a cape?
Yeah, and then do you use like a snap-on Thanos, whatever his name is, like a bad guy?
That'd be cool.
Oh no, you're more a Joker. Get
Yeah.
you done like a Joker with snap-on gadgets on you. God,
Yeah. You got to find one spot.
like an 80-year-old man dick.
You could just tighten it up. Just do your job.
I could. I still ain't turned the camera on, y'all. I'm letting them soak in it, looking
Yeah.
at me. God damn it. Put it way up here.
Good morning, Wrenching with Frosty. Morning, R. Griff in Texas. I had some very unfortunate. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. I can't really come up with a clear-cut plan. But got a 6.7 down there, doing a fuel system on, and I mean, everybody's kind of heard of the issue with the crank gear spinning on the crankshaft when the CP4 locks up. But if you haven't heard of it, I mean, there's a lot of videos and online material about that issue. It's not like super common. I mean, in 10 years, I've seen like a couple of them. I'm sure it's starting to become a little more common now because these trucks are getting really old. Some of these, early ones are 10 plus years old. So I don't know. Anyways, we tore that one down to do a fuel system. Matter of fact, Dalton was getting ready to put the injectors back in the engine, and he decided to take a look down there at the crank bolts. And we know from previous experiences, you basically want your two of your bolts to be straight up vertical when the timing mark's pointed up, and you want the dowel at the 1030 position. So it looks like a cross with the bolts, and then the dowel is going to be in the top left corner there at 1030. And this one here, see, the dial is at about 6 o'clock. So the dial is supposed to be up here. The dial is down here, which if, I don't know why I keep saying if. Like, I don't know. I don't really see any other way that it couldn't have spun. But that's the worst I've ever seen one out. Like, usually they move, the dial will be like 11, 11:30 or 9. Or really, it won't ever be at 9. It'll always go the other way because of the rotation of the engine. But, it'll spin the dial over closer to like 11:30. This one's at 6. So I think that if that is correct, that it's probably, it had to have contacted the valves. I think it's an interference engine. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't know. Got me real down and out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's got you down and out.
Well, it's just,
Is Zach coming back today?
Yeah, he's down there. Yeah.
Did he pass the stone?
I didn't ask. I said, "Are you better?" He said, "Much." So I'm assuming whatever that means that he means he got it out of that. Got it out of there.
Past that 57 lime rock through there.
I don't know, man.
But no, I thought about this. There's a bunch of comments and stuff on a post last week when I was asking about topics and stuff. I figured we do some show topics, but I figured it'd also be a good video series, a beginner's guide to getting into the mechanic world.
Yep.
And this one, obviously, this episode would be talking about flat rate and stuff, but I figured we could do a bunch of stuff, about a video series and live stream series about get a beginner's guide. What are you preparing your life to look like?
Yeah. What are you preparing your life to look like?
I'm preparing for Jesus. You, not so much. You, on the other hand,
You're preparing for Jesus.
yes.
That's.
You don't like that, do you?
I didn't expect to hear this much bullshit this early in the morning. To know the truth. I don't know. Oh well.
You ever work flat rate on any job you've ever had?
Negative. I didn't know what flat rate was until Mason was at the dealership and he was explaining it to me. He was like, I think he was doing something with brakes. I think it was even at Peach. I came up there to get something from you or whatever, and he was explaining. You said, I done got paid. I'm already done with the job. I already got paid 3 hours for it. And I was like, how's that work? You're like, well, the job pays 3.5 hours. I did an hour and a half, so like I'm already done. I'm already moved on. I'm getting paid on another job.
Because I'm a badass. I ain't no.
I never said that.
Well, I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
You're crazy
out there.
What's
Up, Ty?
Ty,
Long time
how's-
no see, man.
How's the child? How's the baby? That must be why you haven't been here. Couldn't be because you're working.
Yeah.
Your 2 jobs. When you gonna take me on that boat too, Ty? I haven't forgotten you got a boat. I want to go out. Put me on a damn Dorado.
Michael says, "Hey Joker, how do you take the hose off crankcase breather on 2024 F250 diesel?" So the older ones that have a metal lower intake, you can typically just take a pry bar, and I know it sounds a little crazy, but you just pop it off. Like you just physically force it off. On the 20 up trucks, though, they can be a little bit more tricky because they went to a plastic one, and it will break the lower intake. Believe me, I've done it a couple times because the way it works is it's got this big, long nipple that comes out, and that is fitted onto the lower intake with literally like super glue or some shit. It's just molded together, holding it onto that lower intake. So when you try to pop the hose off that nipple, a lot of the time what it does is breaks the nipple. So what I do is I just put some glue back on it and reinstall it. It's worked several times for me. That intake, the lower intake's never going to be under pressure anyways. So that's why they don't really take a lot of care there in like sealing that up. Other than that, though, you can get down there with a pick, man. And you can pull on those 3 little tangs and pick them up, and they will come off. In process of buying a new house, working 2 jobs, family in town, shit been crazy. Damn. Maybe you could quit one of them jobs, Ty.
Trying to find a picture of one of those plastic ones. Let's not pulling one up.
Come out when the snapper season opens back up.
You can show them that picture. I just seen it. Get back up.
Are they going to do the same thing this season, where they open up like just the weekends for a snapper?
I've never been snapper fishing.
I was talking to Ty.
Okay.
You wouldn't know
Anyways,
about
Jake's
no
got
angler.
something pulled up over here. This is a nipple I was talking about on your thing. Obviously, this is not a plastic intake, and obviously that one is TIG welded on. But essentially what I'm saying is it'll break off like where that weld is. There's a glue point there on the plastic intakes on the 20 up. So if that does break off, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. So just go get you some good super glue, put on the end of it, stick it back on. I promise it works. That's literally what they put it on from
that's
the
how it was
factory.
put on
When you
anyway.
pull it off, you're like, huh, they should have put more glue on that from the factory. They really, I mean, like, it's kind of crazy. But my heart sunk the first time I did one of those. I was like, because I had always done the older ones that way, just stick a pry bar up there, pow. And I'd done that on a 2020 model, and it went pow, and then the whole damn nipple come off. I was like, oh, shit, that's not good.
Canham says, I like this. And you guys may be able to verify this. The key to flat rate is you always change your price depending on your day or whether or not you had a chicken sandwich that day. Make sure you can cover another chicken sandwich.
Yep.
Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, it's very accurate. Yeah, it all depends on the day. Ford PowerStroke is better. He said, "Hey guys, my 6.0 with 167,000 and an Excursion has a loud puff after the injectors buzz. What do you think it is? EGR deleted and heat exchanger stock head studs. A loud puff. Like a. Is that a loud puff? Like what? Give me your loud puff. That's it.
Yeah.
Jake.
How loud can you go with a puff?
Not that loud. I sound like an old man running out of air.
I don't know. I didn't really think puff was a sound. A puff, in my mind, when I hear puff, I'm thinking like blowing them O's, smoking, clouds.
I mean, you can always send
vape
us
cloud,
a video.
bro. Vape
God.
wise, bro. Vape God. Yeah, if you want to send us a video, PowerStroke is better. We'd be definitely interested in watching it. Oh, speaking of video, go to my Facebook Messenger. Our I don't know if our Toyota correspondent's in here today, but
I saw Dylan down there.
okay, Dylan. I put two and two together eventually, but I didn't know who Dylan was at first. He's on down. It was a few days ago. Where you at, Dylan? Damn, wasn't that long ago. Right there, Dylan. I'm assuming this is Dylan from in here. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. He sent me this. I thought it was funny.
Can't hear anything on if we need audio.
It's really not that important, but y'all see that?
On the Explorer.
Start this shit over.
She's loaded, son.
Dude, look at how far the back tires are in.
It's a front wheel drive car, too.
It probably pulls it pretty good.
Oh man,
That's how you
wild,
load a
dude.
trailer?
That's
I'm not sure if
so crazy.
that's how you do it.
Let's have the tow package on that rig.
Jesus.
Damn it, boy. He said he sent it to Colton too.
Yeah.
You got
I
that?
don't. I
too?
done watched it. I did send. Didn't I send you something?
You did. Facebook Messenger.
Pull it up, Jake.
Remember what it was? It said for show, so I didn't watch it.
I don't think it's bad. Let me know when you got pulled up.
Really?
No, that ain't what I sent.
Huh?
That ain't what I sent.
That's what it...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is what I sent. Yeah.
No longer the second biggest soda brand behind Coke. It's Dr. Pepper.
Anyone that has a Dr. Pepper friend in 2024 saw this coming. Dr. Pepper people are a different animal. They'll wake up in the morning and with their bacon and eggs, they're drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Pepsi is no longer the second biggest
That's
soda
pretty, Jake. That's pretty accurate.
That's very Jake. Yeah, Will said working on the F-150 this morning didn't realize that Ford now tells you to completely delete the IWE system for the grinding noise. Yeah, I guess they got to a point where they was like, to hell with it. We can't fix this. We can't fix this thing. So we're just going to
Get rid of it.
get rid of it altogether. And then it can't. If it's locked in all the time, it can't make the noise. Can't make grinding noise if they're always locked in. Terrible, probably for your front differential, but it fixes the noise. It's kind of wild, honestly. I think that's only some of the newer ones though. But
What's your thoughts on a new Explorer Platinum trim? I want to say that on the Platinum, you only get the 3-liter EcoBoost, but really like the new Explorers, honestly. They seem to be
just got
pretty.
the ST.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty
trying
reliable.
to talk Bree into doing a tune. Yeah, I don't know how we missed that one. Issue Man Cam said we don't talk about Puff. He's done some weird shit over the year, freak offs and such. I don't know how we missed that one, dude. That was good. The Puff, man. Puff Daddy.
I want to be a billionaire.
Oh man. When you guys going to start shipping to Canada land? Not sure.
So we still owe Vince a T-shirt he bought. We just got to figure out how to ship it.
Customs, pain, PIA, pain in the ass.
Can you just drive to a border city and we just ship it there and have somebody throw it over
Throw it over the river.
Throw it over the river.
Right.
Put it on a kite like in prison.
Man, oh man. Ford PowerStroke is better. Says I'm putting a blue spring kit and it has an adjustable housing. How would I set it up? It's stock besides those other stuff. What do you mean adjustable housing? Never seen an adjustable housing ever.
Never heard of one. No such thing as adjustable housing. They don't exist.
I mean, it could
Adjustable
exist.
housing market? That was good.
That's not good.
Watched The Big Short a week ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess we're talking about flat rate today. I know, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have worked or are still working on flat rate. What do you guys get? What are you guys doing over there at Toyota, Dylan? Y'all straight up flat rate, or do y'all have some kind of a system mix between the two? I know a lot of places have kind of started doing that, like where it's flat rate, but it's kind of not flat rate too. Like it's like a mixture of the two, where you still get a little bit of guaranteed money for coming to work, but there is big incentives for doing and turning out more work. But I don't know. I've always liked flat rate. I've always been a big fan of it. Like I've just never been one that just wanted to, ride a clock. Like I see guys I see guys. I've known and still know guys that work 60, 70, 75 hours a week. I'm just like, wow. It's a lot of hours just to be riding a clock. I feel like when something like flat rate gives you kind of the freedom to, I guess, do more in less time. You can get paid 60 or 70 hours and only work 40 or 50. So it's really like the only pay system that you're ever going to be able to do something like that in. It also has a lot of negative effects, I feel like, though. There's a lot of downsides to people that can't turn the hours.
Yeah, and a lot with flat rate is that you can be really dependent on others at the shop that you're at as well. And like when COVID came around and everything was on back order, you'd pull something down, pull something apart, and then you figure out that it's going to be 3 or 4 months before you actually get it. So then you have to shove everything right back out, and you just don't get paid till the end anyway. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, COVID was the worst, dude. So
like,
bad.
if you start on a project and then, like you said, you get kind of bumped off of because they don't have the parts in or whatever, you're not going to get paid till that job's completed?
No. I mean, there might be a shop or two that might try to give you some hours here and there, but for the majority of them, it seems like you're not going to get paid until the end, until it's completed.
Yeah. So
That's tough.
there's a few things that I'll say that I do know about flat rate that would help somebody that's getting into it or hasn't ever worked it before and is going to start a job like that. And one of those things that I've always done, I didn't always do it at first, but I kind of learned that, it's one of those things like where you can screw yourself this week or you screw yourself next week. But I never was one to like pre-flag anything. So like, obviously, there's a work period, there's if you count Monday to Friday or like some people's pay scales or work weeks are different as far as like how the hours, like here we do Wednesday or Thursday to Wednesday. That way we're not a week behind. It's what we did at the dealership before. So like if at Wednesday at 5 o'clock, we had to have all our time that we wanted to be flagged for had to be turned in, on the book or in the computer or whatever you want to call it. But a lot of guys, like if you're halfway, 3/4 of the way done with a job, do you flag that this week or do you just hold it for next week? And me personally, I never liked to flag anything until it was completely done, just because it would really piss me off whenever you'd have problems. So I'm 80% of the way through a 35-hour engine job on Wednesday, so I flag all 35 hours of it. Then come Thursday, I put the truck back together to figure out that I didn't do something right and I got to take this engine back out. It sucks, because now I've already flagged all the time for it. So the next week, I'm basically working for free, which, I guess it really kind of all plays out the same in the end. I've just, it was very demotivating. Like it unmotivated me to want to get something done whenever I know I already got paid for this. I'm not even getting paid anymore for this. Like, it's just very... It makes you not want to do the job. So I've seen a lot of guys that'll do that. They'll want to flag half of it this week, half of it next week because I'm halfway done. But me personally, I think if you're out there and you're doing flat rate,
what does flagging mean? You have to explain that to me.
Well,
like certain amount of hours per job, and
so like
flagging is saying that you're done with this. You need this many hours for this job that you completed.
Like everywhere's going to do it different. Like the other dealer I worked at originally, We were more like on the computer based. So a lot of our stuff got tracked in the computer, whereas like the other dealer I was at was everything was pen and paper. So we had like literally had these little booklets in here, and you would write your, this is Mason's book, and I would write the RO number of what it was and how many hours to flag, and then it has a sticker, and I'd peel that off and put that on the ticket, and then that's how we would keep up with the time. Very, very, very old fashioned. But like that's what I mean is like you're kind of responsible for keeping up with your own time to some extent, and then obviously the service writers, service managers are going to try to flag whatever technician done the work, but you're kind of responsible for that. If you forget to put your number on something or tell somebody you done something, that's kind of on you. Like I don't know why it is the case, but like it's like when somebody goes to flat rate. It's like you're on your own, buddy. Like don't be asking me for no help. You on your own. You flag your own shit. Get your own job done. I ain't come over here to help you take that bolt out. I'm on flat rate, boy.
There can be a big variance between weeks too. It's like 1 week you might have 70 hours flagged, and then the next week you might have 12, might have 13, and then you just kind of have to manage that along the way.
Yeah. Jack's got a really good point there. He said flat rate was also bad around the UAW strike. That ain't no shit, dude. That UAW strike was really United Auto Workers.
Yeah.
So they had a lot going on with everything shut down and nothing working, and our shit. And it goes like way beyond what you might think of, like people that just on assembly line. Like I mean, there's a lot of systems that we as dealerships would use that had to be in place for us to operate. Like we still get all our parts from Ford. We still get all our approvals for warranty work from Ford. Like we still have to have them there, and these son of guns out there carrying picket fences, or damn picket signs out there in the streets.
Vacation.
Yeah, I need $197,000 a year, 3 months of vacation, and I want somebody to tickle my balls while I work.
Did they get it?
I think so.
They got a lot.
I got a lot. I don't know about the ball tickling, but they got most of what they were asking for.
These are you talking about people that work at like the factory?
Unions, yeah, factories and all that shit. But COVID was one of those times where I know it's not just flat rate. COVID was bad for everybody.
Everyone.
I mean, waiters, waitresses. I mean, damn near probably went homeless. Like, I mean, restaurant owners. And the one I thought about back when COVID happened, I was like, holy shit, there's so many people who are going bankrupt right now. Because you think about how many people were probably over-leveraged on rental properties for Airbnbs and shit, which was a great business. You look at it and you're like, man, there's no possible way I can lose here. And then you're like, oh shit, the world's having a pandemic and nobody's staying anywhere. And I got 9 houses financed that I got to make payments on. Like, you know how many people probably went bankrupt from that shit? That's
hell with the Airbnb.
Yeah.
I fucking hate them.
Why?
Criminals.
They are a lot of them criminals. But
You want to charge me? You gonna charge me a cleaning fee when I have to clean the house?
yeah,
And most people, which this is my gripe with Airbnb. You gonna tell me several things? Load the dishwasher. Turn the dishwasher on. You want me to take out the trash to the street. Throw the damn sheets in the bathtub. Make the bed. Are you crazy? And then you're gonna charge me $200 a night for a cleaning fee?
still go get a Airbnb, don't you?
No, I'm a hotel man. I don't like no Airbnb.
I like it. I've always liked Airbnbs. I just
Hotels
like
are
having
where
the
you
room.
get more action.
Maybe.
You never know who your neighbor is in a hotel room. You never know. And you could wind up on cops and your night's made.
Yeah.
Lying, just say, I heard shit.
Yeah. So, just for the sake of Colton's clips, want to go ahead and get this one. So, rule number 1: don't flag your work early. I think personally, it's just better off if you keep it for next week. I always love rolling into a week when I got 12, 15 hours in the bank, and I would occasionally do that with shit. Like I'm already done with the job. I just purposely hold it. I got 53 hours this week. Go ahead and hold this 12, 15, and that means I'm gonna walk in this place tomorrow morning with 12 hours already in the books. Yeah, so that was a really nice thing, and it goes a little beyond just like what makes sense mathematically for you're getting paid or whatever. It really goes more along the lines, in my opinion, of like motivation. It's one of those type pay scales where like it's all on you, homie. So if you're not motivated to do work, and when I come in and know I already got 15 in the bag, I'm like, shit, yeah, we're about to get 70 hours. Just, we're gonna have 80 hours this week. So it was just a big motivation thing. Whereas the opposite way, if I come in knowing, hey, I got to do this 15-hour job and I already flagged it last week, that's a prop. That's something that just gets me down. So that would be my big, that'd be my number one rule. The other thing I'll say, and you call this the number 2 rule, I suppose, is make sure you're keeping track of your own hours. Like, it's super easy to do. Just write down what you done, because a lot of places track all that for you, in the system and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, like, you're just dependent on somebody else to make sure that you're getting paid for what you're supposed to. And if you're not writing that down, keeping track of it somewhere, then there's a really, really big chance that you could get screwed on, all the time if you're not checking it. So I can't tell you how many times I've had wrong paychecks because, something got missed or something got underpaid or something got back flagged that I wasn't about to have back flagged, things like that. So I feel like that's very, very important, is keeping up with your own time.
So when you say, like, you walked in that week with 12 hours already on the books, that meant you had already done that job prior, and then
or maybe I'm like real close to finishing it.
So then you was like, all right, I'm going to book it. Instead of getting paid for it on this week, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to wait till next week to. Even if the car is already getting ready to be picked up, you can do that.
Unless it's the end of the month, and then every day everybody and their mama's going to be out there talking about, hey, you got any tickets we can close?
I need a bonus.
I need my bonus to go up, Mason. Yeah, because like everybody in a dealership, mostly, other than techs, obviously with flat rate, if they have any type of a bonus, like service riders are going to have commission bonuses usually. Service managers are going to be big time commission bonuses, even the upfront. So like the sales department, the office, everybody's working on kind of a bonus system usually, and those usually get paid out on the month basis. And not to mention, everybody kind of wants the numbers to look good every month because that reflects on them. If bottom line went down, somebody's probably getting an ass chewing. It's kind of the way of the dealership. It's just the way it is. So end of the month, if you've ever worked at a dealership, you always know that end of the month, everybody wants as much on the books as they can. Well, get it on today. It's the last day of the month. I need that on my bonus.
I'd say another big thing is if you're inexperienced or just getting into the field, that flat rate might not be the best for you until you actually get a lot of the experience you need to know what you're supposed to do every day. Because you don't want to just jump into a job that you have no clue what you're doing and you're having to bet on yourself, to flag all these hours, and you don't even know what's going on, don't even know how to operate the system.
Yeah. I used to kind of get off on that shit. Just like being able to, just knowing that like y'all said it takes, even like forward warranty times, they piss me off. Y'all gonna pay me 1.6 hours to do this shit. I'm gonna do it in 45 minutes just because you a bitch.
What's the best you've ever beat it, and what's the worst you've gotten beaten on a flat rate? So what's your best beat? What's your worst beat? Each of you.
I mean, there's been a lot of things I've done relatively fast. I mean, there's a few things that come to mind. I mean, the dash we did down here, that was extremely quick. Another one I done really fast, but like it just all goes back to that mindset thing. Like, I'm telling you, I can do the job twice as fast on the second time around if it didn't work right the first time. And that may be in part because I literally just did it, but I think personally that most of it is a mindset because I am pissed off that I am working for free. So it's like in the case like which we had a transmission one time that I built it, put it together, didn't work right, pulled it back out, tore it back down, and like when I say I tore it back down, like I had it out the truck and on the table, and it was still smoking out the damn transmission because like it hadn't been 35 minutes and it was going down the road back to the table. So a lot of stuff like that where you just get mad and angry and like you're like, this is just got to get done. But I'm trying to think of like a really bad one that I've gotten burnt on. I don't know. I mean, there's been a few. I don't even know if I want to tell that story. I might leave that one for another day.
Jake, what about you?
I don't know. I know that
Put a banana peel in the transmission.
for a while there, I got really quick at the upper oil pans on the 6.7s, but other than that, a lot of the bad ones is, I don't know. I mean, it would probably have to be something to do with Ford warranty, if I had to assume.
Yeah.
And
Which that was one good thing about being at the dealership is we were working. We could do Ford warranty and service part warranty, and I was a damn whiz with that pencil. I mean, I could write some shit down. So I would usually, I'd usually try to compensate myself for mistakes as much as possible, but there's only so much you can do sometimes.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe do a little fraud.
Dylan said, don't forget to mention back flag.
Yeah, backflagging is something that shouldn't happen. Only maybe in rare cases, like where there was a legitimate mistake made. Hey, this person got paid. Hey, this person actually done the work.
yeah,
Something like that. But where you see backflagging happen when I don't agree with it is when dealerships, and this would piss me off at the first dealership I worked for because they were extremely bad about doing this. And what they would do was, so they'd go ahead and pay you this week, but like most dealerships are way behind in the warranty claiming process. They're like, usually something you do today is probably going to be a month before it actually gets submitted, and then might even be a little longer than that before it gets paid. So, the process kind of goes like, customer brings the vehicle in, tell the service writer what's going on. Service writer brings the mechanic the key and the ticket. We work on it, fix it. I write up the story, and then usually that ticket will go to what they call a warranty clerk, which is who actually submits the warranty tickets to Ford. And it'll be way behind. So what'll happen is you'll get paid 4 hours for a job that you done under warranty, and then 3 weeks later, the warranty lady submits that to Ford, and then they kick it for some reason. This happened. You didn't have that right. You didn't do
you don't
this
have
right.
this one time
you don't
use
have.
bolt on
Yeah,
it.
you didn't bill out the upper control arm. You didn't replace the upper control arm nut when you did that IW. That was a real thing that happened to me one time, by the way. Put an integrated wheel end on the forward drive actuator, and they kicked my claim because they told me I didn't replace the upper control arm nut. Which shitting me. So
How did they figure that out?
Because it wasn't billed on the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at the whole thing with the ticket and my story and everything else, and they're like, okay, this and this and this is supposed to be billed. And that was actually one of the first times I had ever heard about one-time use parts. That was I was still at Peach when that happened, so that was a long time ago, and that was like right when they were starting to roll it out. But like that job paid an hour and a half, and I had been paid for it 3 or 4 weeks earlier, and now 3 or 4 weeks later, my paycheck got backflagged an hour and a half because of something that I did 3 or 4 weeks ago.
That's
just
not a small discrepancy where you can just.
Who should eat that? Should I eat that or should the dealer eat that?
I guess if I had to pick, I'd pick the dealer. I reckon
They should, but they
that
don't.
just seems
in
like
lot
a
of cases.
minor discrepancy. Like you didn't bill out at this thing.
I mean, they do that on
That's
bigger
fine.
jobs
Yeah.
too.
Well, they've gotten a little more slack about it in the years, and the reason they got more slack was because there were so many people complaining about the shit. It's silly, dude. Like we really should probably do an episode on one-time use parts. Maybe we could like all loop it all into how car manufacturers waste money, because they waste more money than anybody I've ever seen, and it's baffling to me that they're like, I guess they got lawyers telling them what to do. That's the only real
Must be.
explanation I can think of.
Yeah, didn't
But-
used to be like that.
The main point here is that the tech is always the one that gets screwed with something like that. They're not always, but most of the time, dealers are going to backflag those things, which is, you could have a big job, man. If something happens and you didn't, and it happens probably more than you think. Somebody didn't check and see if that was actually covered under warranty. They ran this part number but didn't check the rest of it and see if it was covered, and then you do the job, and next thing you know, 3 or 4 weeks later, you're getting 7-8 hours taken off your check because you got backflagged for something you actually did do somebody's car.
That's insane.
It's insane, dude. It's absolutely insane, dude. It happens. It really,
Can you
it
take it?
really does.
Can you
happen.
take it to trial?
No, I quit. They backfired me. I've threatened many times.
I mean, there's not many jobs out there, industries out there that do something to
Yeah.
that kind of extent.
That's
Punishment.
why I quit, Peach. They backflagged me 4 hours for something that another tech done. So I think I've told that story on here before, but nothing against the other tech. The other tech diagnosed a truck, right? He said it needed a ABS module, had a wheel speed sensor code, blah, 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 blah. Said it needed an ABS module. Next week, truck comes back. That tech is on vacation. So they're like, Mason, will you put this ABS module on? Sure, I ain't got nothing to do. So I throw the ABS module on. Don't fix it. So I go to my boss, which is the shop foreman, whatever, and I'm like, hey, do you want me to, is the ABS light still on? Do you want me to diagnose it? Yeah, go ahead and fix it. Figure out what's wrong with it. Which was the right call. We already put the $800 ABS module on there. I'm not gonna stop now. We're gonna fix the truck. So I did, and it took me a couple hours, or it took me a little longer than that. But I eventually figured out. I found the wire, found where it was rubbed into and corroded, and I fixed that section of wire and put it all back together. Got it fixed, and I charged them like 3 or 4 hours. I think it was 4 hours I charged, and I was like, hey, look, y'all are gonna have to. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to charge it to the customer, if y'all are going to eat it, or what y'all going to do. And I think they didn't charge the customer. But then the next week when I get my paycheck, I see that I'm back flagged 4 hours for this. I said, what y'all mean? And they said, well, at the time, the general manager was this guy. I ain't going to say his name, but anyways, he was like, well, the general manager said, we can't be having these, we can't be eating all these labor costs like this on misdiagnosis and, this and that and this and that. And I'm just like... I mean, I'm steaming, dude. I'm fuming. And let me tell you what the funny part is so my boss at the time, the shop foreman, he was so mad with this shit because he was the one that told me to fix it. He was so mad that he left right then and went to the bank and pulled his own money out and come back up there and gave it to me. Yeah, but it was just right there that I realized I was like, this ain't a place that I want. I don't want to work for people like that. Why would you want to work for people like that?
That's insane. We got some super chats.
Hell yeah, brother.
Riley, damn, wrong button.
Riley Weeks, he made it.
And we got our
We'll dock you pay this week, Riley.
Texas correspondent, the Nissan man, Fluffy Mexicanic.
Heck yeah, man. He said they do that shit on purpose. All these one-time use parts BS to catch us slipping, and then the parts catalog won't even list this stuff. Yeah, I totally agree, Fluffy.
I told us so.
Yeah, I've one-time use parts is the most silly thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. Like, that's why I say it's so wasteful. Is like it's so wasteful. What I don't know if I should probably say this on the air, but what we used to do a lot of the time was I figured out that all they care about is making sure the parts build. It has to be built. So I just go in there and build the shit. I don't need the part. Don't order it. Just build it. Just build it. I don't want 77 bags of bolts. I gotta open them up. I don't need all them bolts. I don't want them. Just build it.
Nothing wrong with the old
Nothing
bolt.
wrong with it. And then that way, it's 100% profit on anything you make on them because you ain't even buy the parts.
My God. Wow, that's this flat rate. So how does that work? So you
man.
talking about like so I get like I guess it seems straightforward, like you get a job, needs brakes or whatever. But like when you get a vehicle that comes rolling in, they're like truck no go. How do they pay? Do you get paid like an hourly diag time? Like if it takes you 3 hours, somebody brings in the truck says, I don't know what it's doing. It ain't doing anything. And let's say it takes you 3-4 hours, half a day to figure out the ground wire wasn't plugged up to the battery or what, obviously more complicated than that. Then how do you go about getting the job paid
Depends
and
if it's
billed?
warranty or not.
Yeah, straight time. So straight time. Under warranty, we're going to go dead off straight time, which is going to be clock on, clock off, how long it took me. And I'm going to write that up extra with regular customers, or at least now, I just try to be reasonable, like we typically going to charge an hour to diagnose something. If it's an oil leak, all I got to do is look up under it and see the oil. I'm not going to charge you for that, and a lot of times I'm not even going to charge you for a check engine light. If I didn't feel, the way I do it is if I don't feel like I put a legitimate amount of effort into diagnosing your car, if I just pulled the codes, like one the other day, guy pulls up, he's sitting in it. Hey, you can check my check-in light real quick. Sure. I plug up. It's got an O2 sensor, low voltage code. Probably gonna need O2 sensor, man. I didn't do any actual diagnosis. You know how I use my wording there? I got good at that. Probably gonna need. Well, I think first we need to start by doing. It's all about how you choose your wording. But probably gonna need an O2 sensor. I didn't charge that guy. No, I put O2 sensor on it, fixed it. Didn't charge him any diagnosis. But when whenever we get into things where we're having to chase down crazy wiring problems and things of that nature, I try to do as legitimate as close in relation to what it actually took as what I can. And if it's some real baby back bullshit, then you might get a little extra tacked on.
As a dealership, though, you would just do straight time. Is that what you're saying? Not here, but like when you was at the dealership,
Under warranty, yeah, we just do straight time. But I mean, getting Ford or another manufacturer to pay that is can be.
They don't like doing that.
Yeah, Ford was also really big on making TSBs, technical service bulletins, and stuff like that on more of the common issues, so they don't have to sit there and pay the same diagnosis to thousands of different techs for the same repair.
Such bullshit.
Yeah,
it's such bullshit.
Like cam phasers or a TSB, this is what you get paid, and they're not going to sit there and pay you all this diagnosis time to check out this issue.
So if you do a cam phaser job and the vehicle's still acting up, then what? Like if there's something else, it's a problem.
It won't be.
I'm using that as an example.
You need to find another example.
If you do a job, if somebody brung in a job, you fix the job.
Yeah.
You complete that job, but the car is still.
It happens all the time. We
Then
just put an engine in the truck yesterday, and the transmission shifts like ass. We didn't put the transmission in the truck, but and then what? I call you up and tell you your transmission shifts like ass, I guess. I mean, that's really all I know.
Yeah, you basically just have to go back to the drawing board and then just start over again.
Yeah, or if it's under warranty, I'll just make a new line.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a thing. Well, I said, I mean, it just gets back to like, it's one of those relationships, like you get me, I get you. That's how I felt like it was with doing warranty work. You want to get me, I'm going to get you. We'll trade back and forth.
It's a war.
Yeah.
Between you and the Ford Motor Company.
Yeah. I'm trying to get them for as much as I can.
They trying to get you for as little as they can.
Yeah, they damn sure trying to do that.
They're pretty good at it.
Ford is saying now that if you don't charge out one-time use parts in customer pay tickets, they won't pay the claim if it comes back for service part warranty repair. That is wild, brother. I'd like to see them enforce that. That will never work.
Yeah, especially at like independent shops and all that don't have the access to know what's one-time use or not. I mean, that'd have to be really hard to enforce. But I mean,
all right, there's a lot of things that are one-time use. Piece of toilet paper, one-time use. Yeah,
Hot sauce from Taco Bell,
one-time use. Yeah, you open a packet, it's a one-time use. You can't use it again. I understand that. But there
Head
ain't
bolts.
no damn reason I can't take a nut off and put the same damn nut right back on when I get done. It's so stupid. It's like in the amount. That's what I'm saying. The amount of money they waste. Like when you do an engine job or you do something really big with Ford, and you go look at all the one-time use parts they have listed for that shit. Dude, you'll have like $400 or $500 in bolts on one job. And it's so, it just don't make no damn sense to me why a company would want to pay so much more in money for one-time use stuff that ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with reusing that bolt.
it's got to be lawyers and liability things. But I mean, when have we ever had an issue with a one-time use part? Never.
Probably not.
Not my problem anymore, Logan. Said they track purchases of the parts to parts build. Not my problem anymore.
Who do you guys use for service manual? Mitchell, All Data, ETC.
So do we reuse head bolts? No, but that's something that's something that's real important to like.
Toward the yield.
Yeah, it's like your clamp force. And I'm not saying some of these other bolts aren't torque to yield, but like I'm saying why? Why the hell do I have to have a torque to yield bolt to hold my lower ball joint in? Like what?
I mean,
Why can't I just reuse it?
Yeah, like the nuts on the transmission mounts. Why,
Yeah.
why
Like-
can't we just reuse those?
Yeah.
Been
I
doing
know.
it for
And see,
30
here's the
years.
thing: is because like I told y'all yesterday, I'm the type of person that I see with my eyes. Right, my eyes tell me what to believe and what not to believe, and what my eyes is telling me is that I done put a bunch of these nuts and bolts that they tell you put in the garbage back on a vehicle, and those vehicles are still riding around. Guess what? Them bolts and nuts are still in there. So I'm like, do they really need to be replaced?
Probably not.
Nah. I mean, it's silly, dude. It's so silly.
They just want to keep getting you.
Yeah. They get in their damn selves, though. Because, like I said, remember, it was a pull and push relationship. You push me, I pull you. I'll pull you on in.
Get your ass.
I mean, a lot of it comes back to why they're having so many issues filling jobs and
Yeah.
retaining techs.
Yeah. If you listen to this, Jim, if you listen to this, listen up, buddy.
Give him
The
something.
reason, how many bays did he say? 5 or 6? I have 6,000 empty bays that pay $170,000 a minute. The reason you got all them empty bays is because don't nobody want to work with this dumbass shit where y'all got them trying to, I need one part, man. All I needed was this rear differential. I needed this one assembly right here. And when I go in there, I got a parts list this long because you got to make me replace every bolt and nut I take out. It's silly. It's
You
silly.
gotta
It's
write
a waste.
novel to get paid.
It's a waste of time for me. It's a waste of money for them. And it really all trickles down to hurting the customer because that means the customer's vehicle's there longer. It's on the lift longer. It's one of those things where, like, the solution to the problem. Quit doing dumb shit, Jim. Just quit doing dumb shit and techs will come back.
Tell him.
I'm serious. Like, just quit doing stupid shit. And I think that a lot of people would want to work for Ford Motor Company. I think they're probably one of the best
one of the
auto
better
manufacturers in the United States. Like, I really think they're better than across the board and everything. I think their warranty process, the way they do things, the cars they make, I like everything about them. But it's just like it's just like anything. It's like government. They get so big, they get bureaucratic, and everybody's walking around trying to stick fingers up each other's asses so they can figure out what stupid shit we want to do next. And I'm like, why? Why do you want to do that, brother? Whatever. Rant's over. Shout out Riley. He said electronic diag always needs to be more hourly rate. Yeah, I totally agree.
Totally so.
We will occasionally do that. I'll kind of have like a 2 or 3 hour minimum, running through some crazy wiring problems. But just try to be fair with people, man. 6 liters, 6.0 PowerStroke, so you get a minimum like $800 diag fee. Like, it's every one of them.
If you ain't prepared to drop $3,000 on this truck,
That's what I
as
tell
well not
everybody
drop
that
it
comes
off.
in here. If you ain't got 2 bands to spend on this truck, at least 2 bands, and it's probably gonna be more, don't come up here.
Put it back on the trailer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth of the matter.
Take it back to Pineapple, Alabama. Keep it up there.
Pineapple, Alabama.
You ever been there? Pineapple?
Yeah, Hawk's got the right idea. He said he doing this. I have not ever been to Pineapple, Alabama, Colton. I heard you. I just didn't want to respond. The hell's wrong with you?
Figure out which microphone you are.
I'm trying to talk to Hawk, okay? Hawk said he's doing his best to keep techs busy with recall work. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. But the problem is techs don't want to do recalls all day either. Like,
hey, they starting off the year strong again.
oh, yeah, they got a bunch of them?
Yeah, ton of them already. Oh, man.
I did
Man, oh,
see
man.
something about that the other day. Ford, like you said, coming in strong. Already starting the year off with 800 recalls.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yep. Dylan says everyone needs to stop paying taxes and stop going to work for a week, and the big wigs will find out who runs this country. Yeah, I totally agree. I always kind of was surprised that like more dealers don't have, not really dealers per se, but like more techs in the country don't really have like any kind of a union ordeal. And I'm not saying that I'm for that kind of stuff. I don't really believe in unions, but as techs, I feel like we're probably the mechanics got to be right up there on the top of like people that get screwed in workforce the most. Like, I think so. I think they get screwed a lot, especially in dealerships. So it's just kind of surprising to me that nobody's ever like, we're just going to all bend. I mean, like if every Ford technician in the country walked, even if half of them got up and walked out today, do you know how crippling that would be to Ford? Like that'd be bad, extremely bad. I'm just really surprised that's never happened with, and it may even happen with some other manufacturers. I just don't know anything about it.
Why don't you start that movement?
Because I don't believe in unions. I just told y'all. I think
Well, maybe not get a union.
I
but
think in concept, the union is supposed to do a good thing, but I think in reality, they almost never do. What they do is, I mean, honestly, I ought to, because it's just like a money grab, man.
Yeah.
I could run it. I'd be a teamster on a union.
Where's your card, boy?
Where's your union card?
We're
boy?
gonna throw you over that bridge.
Yeah,
You don't
and,
sign
I'm
up.
saying it sounds like something I'd be very interested in. Get some dues from everybody. Y'all pay me like $40-$50 a month. I'll be y'all spokesperson. I'll show up to all these events and tell off all these CEOs, tell them what we think.
And then go be friends with them, play
Then we'll
golf
go
with
on
them.
strike.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a guy. Yeah, hey, roll elbows.
I don't know. Every 2 years, all the half of California, Southern California, goes on strike for writers or
Something
actors. They all go on strike.
How many of you are flat rate?
Yeah. How many people in here does a flat rate for a living?
Does a Ford dealership choose like how to pay,
Oh, yeah.
or is it up to Ford Motor Company?
No, these are every dealer's a franchise.
So
They're
if you open up
individual
a Ford
I can pay them however I want.
all straight time or all
I
flat
can put
rate
'em
or
on the
whatever,
clock. Like this last dealer I left over in Atmore, I've never seen so many hourly employees at a dealership in my life. Like it was very counterproductive, I feel like, but not my business. I wasn't in charge. So,
Yeah. Like
but
when we left, there was only 3 that were flat rate.
yeah, 3 people in a 9-person shop that were flat rate.
y'all had both went to straight time.
No, we were. That's
Yeah,
what
we were 2
two
of the
We
3.
were. Me and
Oh,
him
you
were 2 of the 3. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm saying. There was only one more person that wasn't on hourly, like clock in, clock out.
As mechanics,
Yes.
it's like Dalton and Austin. They were probably straight time then.
Austin's never been on flat rate at the dealer.
Okay.
Did Dalton go?
I think at the end he did.
Okay, so it was 4 then. 4. I'm sorry, 4 out
Yeah,
of 9.
but he started off just hourly there, which is probably a good thing for him to start off because he wasn't really like experienced with the dealership ways and stuff.
Yeah.
Left the flat rate life for the union life here in California.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Logan understands. Logan was a service manager for a short period where I used to work.
Mm-hmm. I got to meet Logan the other day.
So Logan
Shout out
understands.
Logan.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that that many people was hourly. Feel like it was, I don't know, just a weird situation. Something
Looks
you don't
like-
see at a lot of
Looks like
dealers.
there's several people down here that's flat rate. You got Integrity. He's $200, $300 an hour mobile mechanic.
Hell yeah. Riley, man, I tried to retime that 3.5 I got, and now the chain's so tight I can't fit. Damn, Riley. Bring that damn truck down here. Damn, dude.
We'll give you some
Just
merch,
bring
dude.
you can put it back together. Just bring it down here. I'll time it for you, and then you can take it back home. Bring it on a trailer. I'll time it, and you take it back home. You put the thing back together.
Yeah, he ain't but what, 3 hours away?
Yeah, I was like,
It'll
3
take me like 15
3 or
minutes to
4
time.
We're about to get our truck, so you.
Oh, yeah.
You may even get an even easier squeeze.
Yeah, I got to call. That's what I'm going to do when I get off the phone or get off here. I'm going to call.
See where it's at.
No, I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to get this insurance. I'm trying to get these DOT numbers and shit slapped on this thing because I'm trying to go. I'm running. I'm telling you, when that thing gets here, brother, insurance or not, it's going on the road. I'm hitting
Where
the
you
road.
going?
I'm going. First thing I'm doing, I'm going to get our expedition in Atmore.
So
One
the
that won't
first
move.
thing it's going to do is cost money.
What?
Ain't
I
going on a
already
job.
paid. I already paid for that.
That's what I'm saying.
That is a job. I own it. I mean,
Not a
we gotta
paying
pick
job.
It up. And then I bought a tire machine and a balancer last week in Robertsdale.
big one.
It's nice. Jake
you
approved.
you are
Jake
not
approved, dude.
turning this place into a tire
I'm not
shop.
gonna. No, we're
No,
not doing
this
tires
is
for the
not for
public. This is for like
Us.
just for us.
Oh,
Or
for
maybe-
Crown
maybe-
Vics.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
like I said,
I need some tires on my truck.
the next thing I need is an alignment machine
Hmm.
because I am tired of dealing with other people, man. Nothing against anybody else. I ain't saying nobody's done anything to me. I just don't trust nobody. I'm sorry. Like, I have serious trust issues. And
I mean that, and it's hard to work on front ends on vehicles and not
really.
be able to offer.
Not
the-
really.
the
You just tell them go somewhere else and get it lined up. That's easy.
Some
I
of
do
them
that shit
are-
all the time. Hey, bro, we ain't got
Some
no
of them
line
are really
machine.
tough when they leave though.
Yeah. Not my problem. But I just want to line my own stuff up because, like, I want my shit to be perfecto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want it to be
Do it 4
dead
times.
on. Yeah, I
Your
roll
piece
it.
of shit truck.
Anything I got.
All of 'em.
All my stuff.
All
You
the
know how many
bigs.
vehicles we got now?
Yeah, but you only drive one.
I could literally walk to work.
You could. You couldn't.
I couldn't.
You could.
I really couldn't. But
You
it's like,
couldn't.
what did you say? A mile?
You're at probably mile 1.2.
1.2 miles.
1.2.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm in a vehicle for like less than 5 minutes per day.
You gotta go to the store first, so that's gonna add. That's gonna add another half mile. So now you about 2.5
I don't
miles.
think
to
it's
the
a half
store.
mile. A quarter mile, maybe. That's probably a little. I don't know. Probably ain't quite a half.
Probably a third.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh,
Riley wants to know what your rate is to fix his truck.
how much do I charge for what? To retime it? What is it? I don't even remember what it is. A 5.0 or 3.5?
3.5.
Which one?
First gen,
Oh yeah, those are easy.
I think.
It
The
don't
first
matter. It
gen?
really don't matter, dude. I won't even charge you nothing, man. Just pull up. Don't even take it
Pull
off
up.
the damn trailer. I'll send all. If it's a 3.5, I'll send Austin out there. If it's 5.0, I'll come out there.
Take advantage of that offer because he will forget. He
It
said
will
that.
expire.
He will. He will.
Yeah.
What, man, how much did I say I was going?
Who are you?
About 250.
Tell you what, you got $40 on you.
Negative. We are not open on Saturdays.
Do not come up here
Yeah.
Saturday and then sit.
I'll just text you Austin's address. You just pull up to Austin's house this Saturday. He'll do it for you.
Please do that.
I mean, he'll be out there in the yard probably drinking beer.
He can. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's gonna feel about the
Hey
payment
man,
agreement
hey man,
you got.
time my 3.5 real quick. What you got to do with Austin? A lot of these guys down here, some of them done figured out my tricks, but you can't just like ask them to do something. You got to like challenge them. Man, I bet you can't get this damn thing out right here. I'm telling you, I know you can't do that, Austin. Ain't no way you gonna be. I'll show you. It works sometimes. That's what you got to do. You got to pull up and say, I heard you couldn't time no 3.5 EcoBoost.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I heard Mason. I heard you couldn't sign bonus checks. You pitiful at signing bonus. I bet you won't.
It doesn't work on me.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, anything else before we get out of here?
I think we're good.
Riley, there's the email up there if you need it's my email. So I mean, if you email that email, I can tell them what you say about coming down or whatever. You can bring it down here Saturday and drop it off if you want to, or come back Monday or whatever. It don't matter. But it's been a pretty good show. Learned a lot about flat rate myself.
Yeah, you ready for flat rate?
I think once we get the new shop open and I'm on charge of the lube tube guys,
Yeah.
the lubers, when I charge, I think I'll be able to handle them.
We're located in Farmington, Alabama, Curtis. Appreciate it, R. Griff. We definitely appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, man.
There we go.
Hey, yeah, Texas Cool Air said 88 people and 41 likes. This is time. There's still time. Still time to push that button. Could go smack it for us.
Smash it.
Smack that like button, man.
Go watch our buyer's guide video, please, for the love of God. Just turn it on repeat. You don't have to
gonna try to
ingest
get-
the information.
Try to get that thing SEO'd for you today. Dog.
I hope you do, because I put a lot of work in that video, and for it to have 5,000 views really upsets me. I thought about that all weekend.
Chill out. You gotta relax a little bit, man.
This is the opposite of flat rate. I put a lot of work in that vehicle.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it rolling in the Google search terms. And I'm sure if you type in F-150 Buyer's Guide, you'll see that other video that we posted, but you're not gonna see that video because you don't have it tagged enough.
The other
Like
one
you
I
have
went,
started off
I went and
slow, too.
retagged it yesterday.
You got tags down there with that are
Relevant
that not only relevant, but they're trying to hit a
Keywords.
particular keyword. That's what you're looking for. Is keywords on a Google search.
Let's see. I bet I do. What give me some what do you think the keywords are?
That's what I'm saying. Do you even know what the keyword is?
Buyer's guide?
Probably not.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Did you research keywords and see what's getting searched the most? What people are actually typing in
I've
on
never
Google?
even heard of this, Mason.
You need to do some learning.
You got to
then.
pass this knowledge on to me.
Yeah. I tried to put TubeBuddy on your computer. I don't know how to do it. I don't do Mac. I told you that the other day, a while back. Remember we looked at it. I tried to download the software. I don't know I don't know how to do that. I got it on Windows, but I don't know how to run Mac stuff.
You don't know how to run a Mac?
No. Never had
Not
one.
me either, apparently.
It's obvious.
Let's see here. This is the tag. Show more. Show more, you bitch.
Come on, Daniel. You gonna have a good day, man.
Everybody cheer up.
Yeah, just cheer up, dude.
Oh, well. All right.
All right,
We'll be back
well,
here
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
go. I'm gonna go tend to things. I reckon. Go tend to the chickens.
All right. Peace. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for the members. Thanks for everybody tuning in today. We'll be back here live tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central. And peace out, Jake.